So welcome to the fourth episode of the Cameron Smallwood Show. I'm here with Alex Kropczynski this week. There's no Nathan King, but we got a lot to talk about NFL. We got a lot to talk about college football, the draft, how that's going to shape out, maybe a little bit about NBA. And well, let's get started. Krop, how has this week been for you, sports-wise?
As far as college football playoff, we're out of it. So focusing on next year with all that. Focusing on the playoffs now that we for sure are in. I don't remember if we were for sure in last episode.
We weren't, no.
That was before.
We were about to play the Jags.
Yeah, we're about to play the Jags. So that was scary. I'll say that much. I was a nervous wreck watching that game. JT's a beast. I didn't know that. I haven't kept up with much basketball, so I don't know how much I can add about basketball recently.
Yeah, I haven't watched that much. Only the Pacers, really.
And as far as sports goes, everything's pretty good. Colts made the playoffs. That was my main concern. It was looking like they might not for a second because of another Jags loss, but thank God they pulled it out. So
and we almost beat the Titans almost lost. We would have been the AFC South champions, which I would have liked, but
I wish that kicker would have missed.
He was like an inch off.
He used a few more inches to the right, and we're AFC South champs.
Yeah.
Or we're going to overtime at least. We know that much.
And I think Titans, they looked pretty bad. They kind of showed how bad their defense can be, even with a great offense. They scored 30-something points and still had to pull it out at the end, or 40 points. I think they had 41 at the end of the game.
Just a credit to Deshaun Watson, if you ask me. I mean, God, he's such a talented quarterback. Such a talent. And
he's making these like low-tier wide receivers get 100-yard games. Like he had Chris Hansen, who went off this year in a few games, and
who's Chris Hansen? You know what I'm saying?
He's related to Scott Hansen, the red zone guy.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson's amazing.
One thing I gotta say is the QB play of this division could look very, very, very good.
Yeah.
Depending on the Colts playing in the offseason.
And the Jaguars.
The Jaguars are probably taking Trevor. If they don't take Trevor Lawrence, they're done.
Yeah.
I do see the Fields case. I have another thing with Fields to talk about that I think could happen in the draft, but I'll save that for later. But, I mean, they got Ryan Tannehill. And in my dream scenario for the Colts is we trade for Matthew Stafford.
Or have you heard about Aaron Rodgers, dude?
The Aaron Rodgers thing is looking lucrative, too. I'm liking either, but I think I'd rather have Matthew Stafford. I know that sounds dumb. Matthew Stafford isn't as old.
That's true. He has a lot longer.
Matthew Stafford is like an older Andrew Luck, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, he plays so much like him.
They play so similar.
He's not as durable as Andrew Luck.
He's not as talented, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, he's not as talented.
But Matthew Stafford is a great quarterback, one of the most underappreciated talents in the league.
He's throwing no-look passes and no one cares.
No one cares. He threw probably the best pass of the season.
Yeah.
Against I don't know who in the end zone.
In the Titans, yeah.
Yeah, it was against the Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah, dotted that crazy pass. Mm-hmm. So say dream scenario: Colts get Matthew Stafford or Aaron Rodgers, and then there's Trevor Lawrence, and then there's Deshaun Watson and Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah,
Not say Ryan Tannehill just has great weapons. I'll say that much, but he is a very good quarterback for that team.
Yeah, I remember going into the season, I was like, the NFC South is going to be the best quarterback division because you not only had basically 2 and maybe 3, depends on who you ask, 3 guaranteed Hall of Famers in that division: Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, and Tom Brady, and then you had Teddy Bridgewater, who was up and coming. But this year is
kind of let down. Matt Ryan, their team wasn't good. Brees
was kind of shaky.
The Saints are one of the most screwed teams in the future.
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna win now.
They're so screwed. Yeah. Like you gotta look at that salary cap down there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they had a chance the last 3 or 4 years to win the Super Bowl, and they've squandered it every time.
They're just not a good playoff team, and I gotta say, I would love to see them in the Super Bowl, but I think my dream scenario is to watch the Bills or the Colts hoist the Lombardi.
I think my dream is to have Colts versus Tampa Bay. Because not only if the Colts do win that game,
they beat Tom Brady.
Phil Rivers has never won Super Bowl, never beat Tom Brady, and it just be like a feel good Super Bowl. But that's not how it works in the NFL.
No, it's not. But like I said, for me, I'd love to see the Bills in the drought. I'd love to see the Browns in the drought. I'd love to see the Colts get another Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I mean,
You know, as far as I'm concerned, whoever comes out of the AFC, I think is winning that Super Bowl. I think there's no debate.
Yeah.
There's no debate. Like the best teams in the NFL are in the AFC, and that's just not up for debate. I mean, the Packers coming out of the NFC are a strong team.
Mm-hmm.
I know the Colts beat them, and I think it was luck almost more than anything. But Julian Blackmon is that guy. He's the reason we won that game. So I will say that's a scary team to face in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they're the best team in the NFC, no doubt. And if you look at it, I'm pretty sure the second and the third seed are the same record as the 7th seed, the 6th seed, and the 7th, the 6th, and I think the 4th have the same record as the 2nd and 3rd in the NFC as the AFC. Like, it's insane how tight the AFC is. Like, all these teams could have made it.
A 10-6 team missed the playoffs.
Yeah, and then a 7 and 9.
It could have been an 11-5 Colts missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
Had the Dolphins won.
Yeah, we were one game away.
One game away.
We needed 4 games to happen, only one happened, which is insane.
Yeah, and I thought, oh, God, it would have been nice to see the Titans lose and we won the division. And then we play the Ravens rather than the Bills, but the Ravens are peaking at the right time.
Yeah, I think.
I think no matter who you play in that AFC, it is a tough game. It's a close game.
Yeah.
Even if it was the Chiefs. I know the Chiefs aren't playing their best football. At least they haven't been lately. But
no,
especially since I'm sure Mahomes is going to put on another level in the playoffs.
He's a playoff player. Yeah, and he's a dumb offsides call away from going to 2 Super Bowls in a row from the year before.
Probably winning both.
He would have beat the Rams, definitely. Mahomes will be a two-time
Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, probably MVP too.
2-time MVP. I think this year could have won MVP.
Rodgers.
It's going to be Rodgers. Should be Rodgers.
Yeah, Josh Allen too.
I think Josh Allen needs more respect in this debate.
Yeah.
Like, outside from Diggs, who is there? Can you name? I mean, I know Cole Beasley's a
Cole Beasley's really.
I know John Brown's
consistent.
pretty good, but like, I mean, you got Diggs. I think Diggs is top
he's
4
one of the best,
wide receiver.
Yeah.
I would say top 5, but I don't think he's. I think he's top 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the 4 guy. Clearly, your 3 outliers are Adams, Hopkins, and
yeah.
Who am I thinking about? Who am I missing?
Hill.
Jones, Julio
Jones.
Jones. And Hill's 5.
Yeah.
I think Diggs is better.
You think Tyreek Hill's 5?
Yes, I do. I think Diggs is a beast.
Yeah.
I think that's more of a 4 and 5 or more for a day, but the top 3 are solidified. The guys.
Yeah,
I said the top 3 not in my order. My order probably would have been D-Hop, Devontae, Julio.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe even this year probably Devontae Adams was better than D-Hop, but
he was just so good. His connection with Aaron Rodgers is unbeatable.
Oh yeah.
And I don't see them on a team without one another. Like, they're just so well connected.
Yeah, great together.
Yeah.
And one thing I do want to say is, in this draft scenario that I'm thinking of, I don't know if I saw this on a show or I saw this on a video or something, but it kind of made me think. Dolphins had the 3rd pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they just do what they did to, the Cardinals did to Josh Rosen? You know what I'm saying? Like, if Fields is there, what if you just trade Tua to a team that can use him better? I don't think that offense is built for Tua.
Yeah.
I think Fields could elevate that even more.
Yeah. Like,
not saying Tua's a bad quarterback.
No, he's
Tua's
great.
a great quarterback.
Yeah.
But I don't think that is the best system for him.
No. And Fitzpatrick was doing great with them. If they would have started Fitzpatrick, they may have won more games.
It's a talk to have. That Fields or Tua at that point is kind of, you don't know what exactly you should do in that scenario.
Yeah, it's all up to Brian Flores because he's done a great job. He probably should get Coach of the Year, maybe.
Oh no, I think he deserves it. It's either him, Kevin Stefanski, or probably the Bills coach. Kevin Stefanski is the Browns coach. I don't know who coaches the Bills.
It's Sean McDermott.
Sean McDermott, Brian Flores, or Steven Stefanski should get Coach of the Year. And I don't think Mike Tomlin was up there for a second, but now I take him out of it.
No.
But the other 3 are well deserving. Got the Browns in the playoffs. Got a 10-win Dolphins team coming from what they had like the 2nd pick last year.
I think so.
And now they're at 10 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they were like, I think they started 0-11 last year. Now it wasn't even because of quarterback play. Like we see it all the time with Andrew Luck. He came to a 2-win team and he elevated to 11-win team. That was all him.
That's what I'm saying.
It's been Brian Flores on this one. Like
it's not Tua. It's not.
It's not Tua. It's not.
I mean, you just gotta know if Tua's not your guy, you move on now.
Yeah.
You don't wait.
Tua can succeed somewhere else, and I feel like
Tua can succeed in the right place. I think
Pittsburgh would be a good option.
Pittsburgh would be great. I think Indy could be a good spot. Do I like Tua all that much? Not necessarily. Look who he's thrown to Devontae Smith, Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, and Jalen Waddle, right?
Mm.
Those are 4 first-round wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to sit here and say, oh, he was just thrown to some guys. He's thrown to the guys. You're looking at probably 4 of the next best guys in the league. I know Ruggs isn't what we all thought, but the other 3 are surefire. I mean, one just won a Heisman this year.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith just won a Heisman. I thought the Colts might be able to get it, and I don't think it's in the picture anymore. His stock is watch him go ball out against Ohio State. He's a top 10 solidified at that point.
Yeah, if they didn't make the playoffs, maybe he'd been like kind of like a lower pick.
Mm-hmm.
But like the fact that he just balled out against Notre Dame, and then
if he goes out in this upcoming one,
he just got the Heisman.
5 days till this other game, and if he goes out and balls out, this draft stock's just gonna keep rising.
Yeah,
and I'm sure the combine's gonna be another place for it to rise even more. It could be a top 5.
Yeah, the combine is so important, and I hope they can have it at full strength this year.
Yeah, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure it will be like that.
They had it last year, right?
Mm-hmm. They had it last year. It was last year was before COVID.
That's right.
I know they did a virtual draft, but March was like right before COVID hit.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, that's another thing. I mean, the whole draft and offseason thing. I mean, the Colts have a lot to decide. I don't want Rivers another year, but I know if he wants to play again, they will take him.
And
although I would love a trade for Matthew Stafford if the Lions want to move on from Stafford, which they should.
Mm-hmm.
Not because Stafford's bad, because they just need to rebuild their team.
Yeah,
and Stafford's a great player.
He deserves better. They want to get Stafford to the playoff win, and he's not going to get it there.
Players that deserve a new team, like quarterbacks, you can go on forever. I don't think Carson Wentz. I can't. It's hard to make a case.
I don't want Carson Wentz. I mean, I'm sure he's a great player in some way, but like, I don't want to take the risk on him.
I don't
want his contract.
That's what I'm saying. If you're going to take on a contract, take on Rodgers, take on Stafford.
Yeah.
Because we have the assets to trade for it. Are we trading Leonard, Nelson, Buckner? Hell no. Those are cornerstone pieces for our franchise.
Yeah, and we're going to give them the money. They're going to earn some money the next couple of years.
I think we can get, maybe we have to trade, maybe a second and third for Stafford. Like next year, hopefully not this year.
Yeah.
This draft class is pretty deep.
I mean, maybe worth it though, because then you wouldn't have to worry about drafting QB next year.
That is true. So, as far as the quarterback play and the offseason, we'll see where it goes. But I would love a trade for one of those bigger contracts because we have the cap room.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to trade for a big contract, don't make it Wentz, make it Stafford or Rodgers.
Yeah.
I know Rodgers is 39, but look, he just had like his best season of his career.
Yeah, and he's gonna play. He's gonna play longer than Tom Brady is. I think.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna break the record for longest playing. Or
it's either him or Tom Brady for that quarterback spot. He's played for so long,
Yeah, because Tom Brady's 3 years older than he is.
Yeah, and there's a lot to consider in that future in the offseason with that quarterback spot. Mm-hmm. Although we do need a offensive tackle, an edge rusher, probably a tall, big body receiver,
and a corner,
and probably another corner. And
if we get one more corner, we're set.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if we can re-sign Rhodes,
which
probably shouldn't be that expensive. He had a good year, but it wasn't like
he wasn't Pro Bowl.
It wasn't Pro Bowl elite.
He had one defensive player. I think he had 1 or 2 defensive player of the weeks. And then speaking of that, Darius Leonard's got his defensive player of the week, which third of his career already, which is amazing.
And Buckner had one week before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he had one last week.
Kenny Moore had one before.
Yeah, this year. Yeah.
And JT, I think, had offensive.
He had
player of the week.
Offensive rookie of the year. No, that was Derrick Henry, who had less yards.
Derrick Henry had it. I didn't even know that. That's kind of messed up. I think the AFC South had a lot of player of the weeks. When you really break it down. I think obviously we had so many defensive studs this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think a good pass rusher. I think we need to re-sign Houston.
Yeah, we seem like defense could be unstoppable with one more guy.
I would like to re-sign back if he doesn't ask for too much. I'm not the GM here, so I can't sit here and say what I want to do.
And we have no idea what's going on the inside. We don't know if maybe Mac doesn't want to come back. Maybe they don't see anything in Mac. They just want to go full on with Taylor.
I do see Mac on Twitter all the time.
Yeah, he's always
He's in love with JT.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's so happy for JT right now,
Yeah.
and I think those two together, and Hines. I think we get rid of Wilkins. We don't need Wilkins. Wilkins is a great player.
Yeah, he's gonna find a good place wherever he goes.
Yeah, if Wilkins
gonna
leaves,
ball
is this his last year, Wilkins?
He's a rookie the same year as Hines, so
I know we need to re-sign Hines.
I think it's one
If
more
we're not
year.
going to re-sign Mac, we need to re-sign Hines.
Yeah, we need to re-sign Hines and use him correctly. Because I think
He's
Frank Reich does not use him correctly yet.
No, he's a dangerous weapon.
Yeah.
He's probably our best weapon.
It's like him and Jonathan Taylor put together are like a way better Alvin Kamara.
It's a two-headed monster.
Yeah, because we can run it
You
with
can't
Taylor.
stop the run with Taylor because he's a tank.
Yeah.
And you can't stop
the
Hines the pass game.
Yeah. And it's easy for Rivers because he just throws it right there, and that's good for Rivers because it's less.
Oh yeah, it's
less time in the pocket where he has to run. And if we can keep Rivers in that situation this next game against the Bills, then we're going to succeed.
Yeah.
Because the Bills, they're one of the worst defenses against the run, one of the worst against passing in the flats. And I think that's what we really need.
Passing in general, they have two stud safeties.
Oh yeah.
And they have Tre'Davious White, of course, who is a solidified probably top 4 maybe corner. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I know my picks for who are the top 3 right now, which is probably Xavier Howard at 3.
Oh, he's so good.
I know he had 10 picks. I know that's so something to look at and be like, oh my gosh, how is he not number 1? Mm-hmm. Great ball skills, trust me. Yeah. I see that. Mm-hmm. Who would I put on my 2? I don't know who I put on my 2, but I know for sure my 1 is Jalen Ramsey.
You still put it on 1?
Oh, he's the dad of all these receivers in the league. He has 7 children now. D Hop shut him down twice. DK shut him down twice. I mean, the guy he is the best corner in football. He's physical. He's got reach. He can run vertical. He gets up. Great ball skills.
Yeah, I'm glad he's not in our division anymore.
Tremendous player. I'm glad he's not in our division.
Well, we're playing him next year.
Yeah, he'll lock down whatever receiver he's on.
T.Y. Michael Pittman.
Probably. Michael Pittman, I think, is going to elevate in this upcoming year. I think he takes a huge step forward.
I hope. I like him. He's tall. He can run. He can block too. He was pancaking some guys last week. I noticed.
Mm-hmm. He's great. He's a big body, strong runner.
I think we need to start running the sweep with him because that's another thing that Bills are really bad at, are covering sweeps and play action passes kind of too. If we can get that run game going and kind of get Rivers in a consistent rhythm, then I think we can come out on top against Buffalo. If we can just stick with that, it's just going to be I think we're playing the best team in the league, honestly.
Oh no, we are, which sucks. But say we beat them, it's hard not to think we don't have a shot to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's
a decent shot to beat the Chiefs.
It's
the Bills are better than them.
It's like Greg said, let's just be the first 7 seed to win the Super Bowl. So
that's what I'm saying, and I'm
first 7 seed ever.
I think there's a valid shot for us to do that. Yeah, I think the whole offseason thing, and I know I shouldn't be focused on that. We should be focused on the playoffs.
Yeah.
But as far as the playoffs go, I think they go out there and play like you did all year. You got to start hot. You got to be the aggressor on offense.
Yeah.
Our defense will hold their own.
Mm-hmm.
When they need to, they will. When the game comes down to it, they'll hold their
own.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
And in clutch time, it's like Kobe, dude. It's like that they can just go out and just call the turnover or allow a 3 and out. It's like they don't play that. Sometimes they don't play that great and little streaks. They allow touchdowns, but when they need to play, they play.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's part of Matt Eberflus, and that's why he's getting a lot of calls from teams this year, which Jets, I've heard, Chargers.
You gotta also. You look at all the job openings, right? I think that Chargers job looks very nice.
If I was a coach and they're all calling me, I'd definitely go to Chargers. Because Jets, they have who knows what they have. Texans, you have Deshaun Watson, but what else?
I think the Texans. It's hard to sit here and say that they have a lot of key pieces because I don't. But the Chargers have a sensational defense.
Yeah.
They have Justin Herbert. and some weapons to go with Justin Herbert. But
and a pretty good defense.
I think you shore up that line for Justin Herbert and get him. I know he has Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, and Austin Eckler. I think that's just if I was a coach and I look at these jobs, I think the Chargers is a job I'm thinking this is a good job.
Yeah.
As long as you get the other pieces.
Yeah, I mean, and also you're looking at they got that new stadium. You're gonna be living in LA. Like all that is desirable for any coach.
I think next year too, you got to look at the Cardinals. We were talking about this last episode too. I mean, Cliff Kingsbury's going to be on the hot seat if they don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Or if they don't at least get 10 wins.
Like it just seemed like too perfect of a team to fall that much. Like everything was falling in place. They got a good draft. They got D Hop for nothing, and they got
Kyler. They got Isaiah Simmons, who's young. I know I didn't hear much about him this year. I said this last episode, but I think he still has tremendous upside as a player. Chandler Jones, who is a solidified, probably top 5 pass rusher right now.
Definitely.
And the defense is just. I know they still have Pat Pete. It looks pretty well off for the most part. Your offense needs a few upgrades here and there. Maybe better running back, right? So I don't know what they look for in the draft, but I think that's another job that could be opening very soon.
Yeah.
Although I can't be sure that would happen. I don't see them moving on from Cliff Kingsbury, but it very well could happen. And it's just we'll see how that one goes for them. I think for us, we gotta worry about what we're gonna do with this QB situation because if you're a QB, I think if anywhere you want to go and you're a free agent, or if you're looking to be traded, you're looking at Indianapolis more than any team because what's the one spot you need? And I hate to say, I wish Andrew Luck was still here.
Yeah.
And
every day.
Every day, I think, like, damn, they had Andrew Luck. We're undefeated. We don't lose a single game, and maybe we lose to the Titans that one time that we got blown out. But that's it.
But he never loses the Titans.
But he never lost to the Titans. So.
Finished 11-0.
So it's hard for me to sit here and say, okay, with Andrew Luck, we go undefeated, but it's not hard to say because I don't know. It's just one of those Colts things that if you're a Colts fan, you're always like, okay, if Andrew Luck was here, then what even be a question? We wouldn't be having this conversation about we got to beat the Chiefs. Well, we're gonna beat the Chiefs. Oh, we're gonna beat the Bills.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who we play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We're beating them too.
But yeah, as your quarterback, you're coming here and you're going to like, listen, I got a line, I got a defense, I got the start of a great wide receiver core, I got Frank Reich and Chris Ballard who are about to get extensions, or Jim Irsay just talked about. Like, obviously, Chris Ballard's one of the best GMs.
I just want to sign Ballard for life.
He's a young guy. He's going to stay here a long time.
I want to sign him for till he turns 70.
Yeah.
He is a brilliant mind.
Mm-hmm.
Reich is a brilliant mind.
Sometimes he outcoaches himself. I have to admit, Frank Reich coached him back.
If they ever got rid of Reich, I would want Eberflus to step up and be the coach.
Yeah.
I don't know how the offense would be looking in that sense.
Yeah,
but I'm sure he has a great offensive mind as well if he wanted to have that. Because just look at the defense. he schemes up all this stuff to stop all these other guys. I'm sure he can scheme up stuff for people to not be able to stop us.
Yeah,
I want to put it beyond him by any means. It would be nice to have him as a head coach if the time were to ever arise. I would not mind seeing him coach the Colts.
Yeah, I hope we can keep this regime close together as long as possible. And they can come out even if he's going to different teams. I don't think he's going to leave this year.
Not this year.
He wants another year, probably another year or two, because I don't think he's ready. I don't think he thinks he's ready, but at some point he's going to be in the coach.
He might want that Super Bowl under his belt, and he will be. I think he should 100% be a head coach.
Oh, yeah. He'd be a good one. Or the track record shows that defensive coordinators don't work out as well, but sometimes it works out.
I don't know. I really want a quarterback. I could talk about this for days. I really, really want a quarterback.
Rivers,
I know Rivers is...
He's playing pretty good sometimes. Sometimes he's just so streaky. You just can't really trust him in clutch time if you don't have to lead.
Very true. And Another thing I told you my wish list already, and I don't know if we're gonna get in the draft. I know Allen Robinson is a free agent. I don't want to sign all of our money away.
He doesn't want to go back to Chicago. I know that.
I wouldn't want to go back to Chicago either.
If
I know. There's a lot of teams looking for a QB though, and I know Chicago could be a spot people want to go, but they don't have a line, so you're taking hits.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah, and, you could say Pittsburgh too, but
Pittsburgh is another place that I think it's just like Indy, in the sense that I think you want to go to Pittsburgh if you're a young guy, not if you're older.
Yeah, not if you're old, because they just got Big Ben,
But
they want a young guy.
If you're older or you're in your prime, I think you're thinking a lot about Indy.
Oh, yeah.
This team is built very well.
Yeah, because
they're young.
Any other team that that needs a quarterback aren't as well adjusted as we are.
I really want to say we have one of the youngest rosters in the league.
Yeah,
I think
the last 3 rookie classes are some of the best in the league. Like in terms of if you look at every team's last 3, there's no one better than we are.
No.
We got undrafted free agents, Kenny Moore and Hot Rod, and then
is Pascal in the past 3? Pascal
No,
might have been the first one that
I thought he was a free
years
agent.
ago.
I don't think we drafted him, did we?
Maybe. I really feel like we drafted him.
Maybe, I don't know. I know we drafted Hines, we drafted Wilkins, we drafted obviously Nelson, Del Leonard.
Nelson was, any GM would have made that pick. So
Oh, yeah.
I can't sit here and put that all on Ballard, but any GM in their right mind would have picked Quentin Nelson.
Yeah, but 5 teams were before us and didn't pick him.
And those 5 teams, I don't know what the 5 picks were before Quentin
It
Nelson.
was, I believe it was Mayfield, Darnold, Rosen.
It's not looking good.
I think Rosen may have been a little after, but who else was there? I know it was like a lot of quarterbacks just were taken.
That quarterback draft class. Saquon is, yeah. You couldn't have gone wrong with that. We traded down from our 3 position.
With Jets, and we got like more picks out of that. And I forgot who else we got.
But, as far as everything goes, I think the draft is looking fine. But I think we got to work on a trade for a quarterback, if that's the plan.
Yeah, if they all plan
That's
on
not
selling
getting Carson Wentz, though. We can't get Carson Wentz. That's the last thing I want.
No one wants him.
No, nobody here wants him.
The Eagles don't want him.
Send him to Dallas or something. Send him to somewhere. Get him away from here. Send him to Pittsburgh. I think give him to Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh is a good spot for him.
Patriots.
Because Patriots
are looking for a quarterback too. They could be in the running for Stafford.
And that's part of what scares me. Stafford under Bill Belichick is it's got to be better than Tom Brady. It's got to be better than Tom Brady.
Oh, yeah, they had all the players who opted out too, and all the injuries from defense. So if you look at this team full of strengths, that's pretty desirable too. And Belichick on his own, why wouldn't you want to be coached under Bill Belichick?
And then, I know that Bruce Arians is probably the best quarterback willing coach to go to ever.
And Brady retired.
Reich is also another coach that people are like, great QB coach, great mind offensively.
He played behind Jim Kelly, coached Andrew Luck, coached Carson Wentz to the Super Bowl, coached Nick Foles to the Super Bowl. I'm trying to think who else. And then Brissett, and he was Rivers with Peyton Manning, who's quarterback coach of Peyton Manning.
See, he is gotta. You look at him. That's another guy that you got to really think if a quarterback really wants to be coached by a great quarterback, offensive mind type guy. Reich is a guy that you're kind of looking at. Yeah. But like I said, I think we're insuring into the future. It's just it's a worry about that quarterback thing. If Carson Wentz comes in the picture,
yeah,
I'm terrified of him. Terrified of Carson Wentz. Do I think we could revitalize his career? Hell yeah, I do. But at the same time, that's a huge risk compared to Aaron Rodgers and Matt Stafford.
Yeah, if we get Matt Stafford, he doesn't turn out that well. Okay, we just don't resign him.
It's yeah, exactly. And he only has a few more years left on his current contract. Probably give him, if he plays very well his first year, extend the hell out of it.
Yeah.
I know he has one of the highest contracts in the league.
Yeah, he had the highest contract when he was signed. That's been long beaten, but yeah, he's worth a lot. He'll be a lot of money for us, but he might be worth it because we're paying $50 million for Brissett and Rivers this year.
Yeah,
and both contracts are up this year.
And we let them both walk, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd rather see.
I'd rather see Eason get a chance if we don't get a quarterback.
I wish it was preseason because if we would have saw Eason, man, I feel like he has a big arm and he can play. I just don't know.
It's one of those things I'm not sure of either.
And he never dresses. You notice he's always lips on inactive.
And I don't know. I'm not like too sure on what we should do with it. I can't be positive, but I know Ballard's gonna make the right decision. So that's all I can really say about it. And
I was a little shaky when they signed Rivers, which I'm sure everyone was.
Everybody was.
But the fact that we were 11-5 in the playoffs, I say this season's a success. Even if we lose next game.
No, it's a complete success.
Yeah.
It's just another Phillip Rivers season if we lose first round.
Yeah, but he is undefeated in the wild card.
I did not know that actually.
He's I believe 5-0. The thing is, I don't know what the weather is going to be in Buffalo. Assuming below freezing, he is 1-5 below freezing in playoff games.
Below freezing is not the ideal temperature. I know it's hard to play in Buffalo. Imagine if that was packed out. If they could pack Buffalo.
Imagine
if there was a way for fans to be there, I am more scared of Buffalo than any team. Because Buffalo it's just a scary place to play. Their crowds are they're so into it. I think it's like you're a Bills fan or you die in Buffalo, and
Exactly.
that's how it is there. And I truly do love the mentality in Buffalo.
Oh yeah,
I think everybody does.
Bills Mafia.
Bills Mafia.
I wish our fan base was like that.
Oh my god, dude! I'm telling you, like I said, I know nobody here probably knows this, at least in the podcast or anybody else whoever listens, right? I don't know. I mean, I'm a fan of Buffalo. Personally, it's like my second favorite team. So like, for me, I love seeing them have a chance, even though they are playing the Colts. I do want the Colts to win, but if they don't win, I love to see the Bills just run everybody's stuff. Like, it's over.
And honestly, like, there's not a lot. Like, usually there's teams I don't want to win the Super Bowl this year or go to the Super Bowl from the AFC. Obviously, I hate the Titans with a passion, so I don't want them to make it past the first round, which I don't think they will. That defense is too shaky. Ravens and Steelers, I don't really want to make it. I just want to see either Colts, Browns, Bills, and even Chiefs. I wouldn't mind the Chiefs. I respect the hell out of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
No, and their GM has done an amazing job too. I don't know, and we also got to look forward to who could come out of this draft class, talent wise. I don't know. I can't sit here and say I know who's the obvious hits in this class.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Figured out his name. The offensive tackle from Oregon, Penei Sewell.
I have no idea.
I don't know. He's legit as surefire as the Quentin Nelson pick was.
Well, I mean, if Costanza may not retire, I think he will, just because how injured he was this year.
We
definitely need
if he doesn't, great for us, but we still need another tackle.
Yeah, just
we
in case.
We need one.
Yeah,
it's just we need one. We need a right guard.
Mm-hmm. And I believe losing all those tackles was the reason we lost the Steelers game.
I mean, T.J. Watt going against a third string tackle it ain't good for us. It ain't good for anybody.
Yeah, he just got free range to hit Rivers, and Rivers can't.
I mean, you can't run away from T.J. Watt.
Well, I mean, Rivers can't run away from me.
You can't run away from Damian Harrison. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you know. That's why I was thinking the Tua thing, you know? Tua to Indy wouldn't be a terrible idea.
Yeah, I think Frank Reich. I think he'd like Frank Reich.
Oh, I think he would love it. I mean,
he definitely succeed here.
It's just hard for me to sit here and say what the Dolphins should do with that quarterback situation, because you have to think, is Tua your future? Are you positive that this is your guy? Mm-hmm. You're starting Ryan Fitzpatrick a majority of the games and doing well.
Yeah.
And Tua wasn't faring the greatest.
He was benched, 2 times?
He got benched like 2-3 times. You got to take a look at the bigger picture if you're the Dolphins.
And they benched Fitzpatrick early in the season when he was on a 3-game winning streak.
And that's kind of what I'm saying. I mean, you got to. They're doing well for what they have. It's just hard for me to sit here and be like, okay, that's what they need to do.
Yeah. Because
you technically have 3 options if Fields is there.
Yeah, and just huge respect to Fitzpatrick in that situation, because you can see all the time, like even Carson Wentz this year Like, if you get benched, it's obviously not what you want to happen if you're the one who gets benched.
Mm-hmm.
But he was fully supportive too throughout the entire year. And and he was like, he can do it. Like, he's the guy. And Fitzpatrick's been around the league enough to know that this happens.
There's not too many guys that are closer than those two.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a great relationship.
I think Brissett and Rivers have
a good relationship.
Yeah.
I think Tua and Fitzpatrick are a great relationship together too. I like that. I like those two QB rooms.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard for me to sit here and say that's what they should and shouldn't do. It's too early, I guess you could say.
Yeah, Tua just played, I think 10 games maybe.
Yeah.
9 games.
And I think he won most of them.
Yeah.
I didn't really see them lose too often. I think they should have beat the Chiefs.
He played the entire game, I believe, and they almost beat the Chiefs. Which only one team did that year, and it was the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, and I watched that game too. That was funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I can't remember the draft order, but if the Lions are up high enough,
I believe they are. Let's see, they got 5 wins, so they had to be top 10. I think 10.
They're definitely top 10. Though.
There's a lot of bad teams though, like a lot of low win teams this year.
I think the Jets have a decision to make if they want to stick with Darnold or not. But if they take Fields, they don't shore up any offensive line.
Yeah, where does Darnold go in all this? Do you think someone's going to try to risk it with him? Do you think we will try to?
Donald?
Yeah.
I would love Donald actually.
He makes some great plays.
I think he just doesn't have a good enough line. I know Michi Becton, great pick.
Mm-hmm.
I can't deny that.
You're one man can't.
But why not go get the other offensive tackle and give Darnold one more shot?
Mm-hmm.
And wait for next year.
Or they could just draft the Smith guy from Alabama, and just give him another weapon.
It's either give him another weapon or shore up his protection.
Yeah, which is what the Colts did, and it worked out.
I mean, I think the Bengals pick ahead. I think the Bengals could take that offensive tackle from Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I think if the Lions are up high enough and Fields is there, there's a lot of questions to be answered.
Man, imagine an Ohio State guy going to Detroit.
I would love, honestly, to see Fields in Detroit.
If Fields in Detroit, that'd be great.
Fields in Detroit.
Both sides.
Stafford here. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Or everything just pans out the way we think it will already. Not with all these what ifs. Fields is there, or what if Trevor's there, or what if this tackle's there, or this wide receiver's there.
Yeah, we
just hit. Okay. Packers are like, Julian Love time.
Jordan Love.
Yeah. Julian, my bad. Julian Love he played corner at Notre Dame. He plays for the Giants now. Forgive me for that. I was a big Julian Love guy, so it's hard for me. Like when I think Love, I'm thinking him, not Jordan Love. Jordan Love is a great quarterback in my opinion. I think he can be great.
Yeah, I remember I wanted
Jordan Love.
I wanted George Love. But like the more I thought about it, like he wasn't playing a lot of good teams last year. Which I mean isn't his fault, but it's just in that conference. But I want to see how he does. Packers picked him for a reason. I think that was the one pick to piss off Rodgers. I don't know why they did that.
I don't know why you pissed off that man.
I mean, it worked because he took it.
Now he's an MVP.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least, he is.
I think he's MVP. I mean, and Mahomes is the only competition.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch up a little bit. We got baseball Power Rankings just came out.
I'll have to look them up real quick, but I know my team, the Braves, we're top 5. The Yankees are ahead of us. I know that. And I think everybody probably thinks that the Yankees shouldn't be ahead of us and they should be behind us.
Yeah.
Not too far. Maybe 1 or 2 spots behind us, but nevertheless.
The next year you got the Padres and the Dodgers.
The Padres are ranked ahead.
They are ranked ahead of the Braves or the Dodgers.
So, the Braves actually.
Yeah.
It's surprising, right?
They're gonna be good. Though.
MVP Freddie Freeman is. That team is scary to get offensively, but in last Pittsburgh Pirates. Yeah, they're not a good team. Rangers at 29.
I told you I was the Rangers.
Can't really sit here and say they're like, oh, the Rangers, yeah, right. Yeah. Red Sox 28.
They're just in a bad spot right now. 2 years after winning the World Series?
And now they're
bottom of the barrel.
Not much to sit here and say about the Red Sox anymore, Detroit 27. Do you have anything to say about that?
My boy, just keeping it low. We had a pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. We had a surprising season. Like we got a lot more wins than we probably should have. And if we would have kept it going, we had the lead of the division at one point, which is surprising with who's in our division. So I mean, maybe it worked, huh?
Over the baseball team.
I mean, shoot, this could be the NFC East of the baseball next year. So I mean, why not?
Could be.
Tigers really have a chance for them to go.
Yeah, I'd give it a shot.
We just picked up. Forgot his name. The Oakland A's for outfielder, free agent. Old guy. Forgot his name.
Oakland A's?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. 26, the Rockies. No surprise there. Nolan Arenado is amazing, but there's nothing else there. I know they have Charlie Blackmon, one of the best hitters in baseball, pure hitter. Great player. Diamondbacks, 25. Not much to say about
that little.
Angels at 24. I wish Trout could leave.
Oh, Mike Trout's and Matt Stafford of baseball.
He's Matt Stafford in the sense that he just never can get anybody to help him out.
JJ Watt.
I'll give him
Hall of Famer.
Like my opinion, Mike Trout's probably going to be the best baseball player of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like in my eyes,
yeah,
he is like LeBron and like the Mahomes of right now.
It's if LeBron and Mahomes didn't have a team.
Yeah, LeBron.
If LeBron never played with anybody, then that's Mike Trout.
Yeah, that's how I see that. Kansas City Royals. Shout out Patrick Mahomes. He owns part of or just owns the Kansas City Royals.
He probably never set foot in Kansas City before he went to the Chiefs, and now he's like, no.
Now he owns a baseball team.
He's the governor of Kansas City now.
Yeah, basically. Mariners at 22, Orioles 19, Mets at 20. Man, our division is looking a little weak. 20, Nationals at 19, Phillies at 18, Brewers 17, Giants 16. Giants is 16. Huh.
It's a little high. You think it's slow? Huh?
It's a little high, don't you think?
That's what I'm thinking.
So their last rank was 12. Are they good and I don't know it?
I think they're good.
I don't think they're that good.
No, I thought they were bad last year.
I don't know. Maybe. I could be wrong. Blue Jays at 15. Reds at 14. Shout out Owen for having the most mediocre team in baseball.
The most mediocre team to make the playoffs last year.
And then get swept by the Braves. He did not score a single run. Yeah. No offense or anything, but my Braves are doing that work.
They're smoking that Reds pack.
We're smoking the Reds pack. Old 2021. We're smoking every NL team except for the Dodgers. We're seeing the Dodgers in the championship.
I mean, you probably should have beat the Dodgers, to be honest.
Yeah, blew a 3-1 lead. I don't want to talk about it.
It's just being a part of Georgia. The state of Georgia, you have to blow a lead.
Yeah, Georgia, you got to blow a lead to be a team. So, Marlins, 13. It's respectable. They screw the Cubs.
They could be one of those surprise teams, I feel like.
Oh, yeah, they could be. Swept the Cubs.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Hate the Cubs.
But the
Cubs are ranked ahead of them. They are ranked ahead of them.
Cubs always have talent, though.
Yeah.
When you have
Rizzo, Bryant. Bryant's a
was
free agent, though, is he? No.
I re-signed.
Oh, did he resign?
And is this year the first year with the new coach, or was that last year? Yeah.
Might have been last year. I'm not too positive. I don't keep up with the Cubs, but like that. Yeah. But Cardinals 12, Cubs 11. Your top 10. Here's what we need. The baseball team. 10.
On
the baseball team because they don't have a name anymore.
On this podcast, you never hear the actual name of the Cleveland team. Let's call them baseball team.
Chicago White Sox 9.
That's my division. Yeah.
Very.
Division.
That is actually, holy crap! I did not realize how good of a division this is. Ahead of them is the Twins.
Twins.
Best offensive
Twins
team.
are gonna win. Yeah.
They're the best offensive team in baseball.
Yeah, Twins have always been like my second favorite team for some reason. I just always liked them. Even though
I like the Twins too. I think very respectable.
I think Minnesota deserves a title, but yeah, they never got with the Vikings.
So this is a different power rankings than the one I looked at, but I think MLB had official power rankings. So because I did see the Yankees, I haven't seen the Braves yet. So now I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Athletics 7, good team.
Yeah.
Yankees at 6.
I like the Athletics. Yankees.
I don't know.
I just don't like the Yankees anymore, man. It's just
I don't.
It's like
They have to re-sign Mayhew, so there's that.
it's kind of like the Cowboys. They had all these great picks, and then now they're just like running out of steam, and it's really just Aaron Judge.
Yeah, Aaron Judge is a great baseball player.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best young players in the league right now.
They had the Astros at 5.
They made the
Padres.
conference finals.
Padres at 4. Rays at 3. Braves at 2. Dodgers at 1. You're gonna see Braves at 2 and Dodgers at 1 on most of these.
Yeah, Braves.
And I think that's how it should
I
be.
hope Braves can get a championship next year.
I really, the Braves have one of the best young teams, one of the best farm systems in baseball. Great young pitching core. Ronald Acuna is one of the most, if not the most electric player in baseball. Freddie Freeman's the MVP. Every single, and he should have been looked at for MVP for more seasons than just this one. One of the best hitters in baseball, without a doubt in my mind. I think they need to re-sign Ozuna. So you get
If they keep that core, then they're guaranteed for success for the next couple of years.
Oh yeah, and I think Ozuna to a decent sized contract, not a big contract, but a good amount would be nice. Austin Riley's a young good player. I don't know why I can't remember. Oh, Christian Pachi, great young outfielder. So I mean, they got a lot of hope, and I think that's going to be the team that you're going to see against the Dodgers in the NL next year. That's a matchup you want to watch. And that's a matchup everybody wants to watch because it's like who wins that NL? It's like the AFC football. Whoever wins that's probably going to win the World Series. Whoever wins this AFC is probably going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I would have loved for the Rays to win it last year, but the Dodgers are just
They're too good.
But
it's the same thing. You see the Braves in there.
You can look at the cast base though. Like that's just baseball, man. I don't know why it's like that still, but if the playing field was level, it'd be much more fun. I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. I think if like the Yankees have so much money compared to all these other teams.
Oh yeah, it's not even close.
It's not even funny. It's like the Dallas Cowboys, but they're actually okay. Like the Yankees are a good team. The Cowboys just suck. The Cowboys are terrible. I hate the Cowboys, dude.
Yeah.
Also, one thing I do want to say. I know this is a little off topic, changing the topic. Sabonis, through these first few games, he's like my dark horse MVP candidate.
Dude, no one's talking about him because he plays for flyover state. Yeah, he's not playing for LA, New York. He's not playing for
Dallas, Texas,
Houston, Dallas. Yeah, it's ridiculous. We recorded this we started recording about an hour ago. Pacers were, I believe, up by a few points against Houston. Houston's a really good team as well. They got John Wall and James Harden. But yeah, Pacers they're 5-2 before this at the time of this recording.
Pacers won that game actually. They're 6-2 now.
They just won. Let's go, Miles. Last time I checked, he had 7 blocks and there was still a quarter to go. Miles is everyone talks about rebounds for centers, but Miles is just scoring points and he's getting blocks and he's cleaning up the glass on the defensive side, and I'm so happy that he's having success and Victor's being really efficient, except for that one night against the Knicks. Malcolm Brogdon playing one of the best seasons of his career since leaving Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Sabonis playing the best year of his career, and you just can't help but think that like Pacers, they kind of have it going. They're second in the East right now.
I think so. I think that's correct.
Behind the Sixers somehow. The Sixers got a lot of big names.
Sixers aren't bad though.
Yeah.
They're not a terrible team.
Yeah.
Miles had 8 blocks.
That's I believe third game. He's gotten 8 blocks this year. I think
third game with 3+ blocks.
Yeah.
He had 8 blocks.
He hit 8 blocks the second game, I think.
Maybe I can't see all the games.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Hold on. Let me see.
There's only been 8 games. I remember him having a 6-block game, I think.
He's currently averaging 3.6 blocks a game. He has 25 total on the year.
If that's...
I mean...
that's really good still.
I mean, that's pretty... 8 blocks in one game, man. That's we had 12 total or 9 total as a team. So...
Who?
Pacers had 9 total blocks in this Rockets game.
Oh.
So...
Yeah. And 8 of those from Miles.
8 from Miles.
And Sabonis completely blocked the hell out of Boogie Cousins.
Oh. Yeah, they have Boogie Cousins too. The Rockets shouldn't be as bad as they are.
That's been Houston for the past 9 years or whatever it's been
You know,
since Harden came.
Since Harden came, and
You had not only did you have Harden and Chris Paul on the same team, then you had Harden and then Russell Westbrook. And now you have Harden and John Wall, which I think
and Boogie too. I don't
know why they don't.
I don't know what doesn't click there. I mean, Harden will just hit a strip club and go drink and go to watch a movie before the game and be like, all right, let's play. Then goes drop 40 on the team.
Yeah.
And then it's like, Jesus, this dude's a pure scorer.
Mm-hmm.
Probably second best pure scorer, I would say.
Right now?
Right now.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant's without a doubt the pure scorer.
Yeah.
Probably all time.
He's close, man. I don't
Who do you put over him? Bird, maybe?
Bird.
I don't put Bird over him, actually. I really don't.
Really?
I think pure
MJ?
scoring.
I don't know.
KD scores at will.
Yeah.
I know I wasn't around for the whole MJ thing, and I guess I am a little biased in saying that LeBron's the greatest player of all time.
Yeah.
I will sit here and die by saying LeBron is the greatest player of all time.
I used to not think that he was. At this point, I'm kind of giving in. He's the greatest. Yeah.
He's the GOAT. There's just nobody better than LeBron James.
He's the most athletic player of all time.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
He could play any position on the floor. I think another player who plays any position on the floor is Giannis. Giannis is my favorite young player.
Yeah.
I love Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think if he keeps it up the way he does,
He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, he's a Hall of Famer. Oh,
Yeah.
He's probably going to go down as top 4.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say he'd go down as a
If he plays consistently like he is now, and if he maybe get a finals in between.
I think he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year multiple years.
Yeah.
Probably a few more MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
If he can get a few titles under his belt, you can look at him as great. I think he's as dominant as Shaq was when he played. I know that's hard to say because Shaq is Shaq.
Yeah.
I know I've seen Shaq play. Love Shaq. He's probably my favorite center all the time. Not saying that he is the best. I think the best is Hakeem.
Mm-hmm.
Without a doubt.
See, it's just that's the thing that you can go on and on about arguing who's the GOAT in basketball. It's different than a lot of other sports because the eras are so different. Like football, you can kind of tell it's kind of similar eras. It was a little more tougher back in the day, but it's still
there's always that factor. Even in basketball too, it's Jordan played against the bad boy Pistons. Cool, they're gonna stop LeBron James. I get, you're big and tough, but that's a 250-pound man marching down the court, jumping over people. He is just God-gifted athlete. Same thing. That's how I think about Giannis. Do you think they could have stopped Giannis?
Honestly,
I honestly
I
don't.
mean, if they were calling it the way they were calling it back then, probably not, because bad boy Pistons were just they were played dirty.
And they did. I love that team.
Mm-hmm.
It's just for me to sit here and be like, we just played a more physical era, and it is. But you're looking at an era now where everybody's worried about concussions,
player health.
Player health.
Yeah,
that's the most important thing. That's how it should be.
But I think the one sport that's not really involved in a good way and changed is baseball. I think we can all agree on that. And
baseball doesn't want to change with the times.
I mean, they don't really need to. It's kind of the point. It's like the American pastime. It's it's pretty. Obviously there's different things, and there's you probably wouldn't see a man like Babe Ruth with his health going into the league now.
No.
But yeah, it's
I think baseball is an easier go debate.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's probably Babe Ruth or Mike Trout.
Yeah, Babe Ruth is just.
There's a lot of people. Ken Griffey's one of my favorite players of all time. Probably is my favorite player of all time.
Dude, he could play
personally, my favorite player. Yeah,
he could play football and basketball. He wouldn't great at it.
I guess easier. I would say almost football is an easier debate than that basketball one. 100%. Because I could sit here and tell you who I think is to go to every position. Would you like to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right. So who is your GOAT quarterback?
I go quarterback.
And you could give me your comparison
2 or
between
3.
2, 3.
Yeah. Based purely on talent and not achievements. Definitely Peyton Manning. Because
completely agree with that.
That man, there's a reason they call him the sheriff because he literally saved an entire city. Honestly, without him, I don't think the Colts would still be here. They probably
I doubt it.
They would have
Yeah.
went to like Cleveland in the 90s, or wait, no, Cleveland's already there. They probably went to St. Louis or something like that. Like,
You know, something different.
and he changed so many people's lives and like in a huge way in Indiana. And I didn't really get to live here, unfortunately, when the prime years were, but I still feel the effects. Like my family tells me all the time, like how he changed everything. And I think just in terms of like purely stats and like how he played and how he knew the game, it's him for me at quarterback. And like it's just not close to anyone else.
No, completely agree. I think Peyton Manning is one of the best passers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Smart, one of the smartest players of all time.
Yeah.
Great mind when it comes to reading defenses, calling audibles at the line.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know that's what he's known for. I think that was his skill in Madden. It was Omaha. I think he had his own ability. Same thing with Moss, which I'll get into that later. But you guys know, you guys will know who I clearly think this is a go. But I'm not sitting here. It's not Moss though, but he'll be one of the three.
Oh yeah.
But regardless, like Peyton Manning is my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady is close. I hate to say
Purely
that.
on range, yeah. It's
Purely on
and consistency throughout the years.
Yeah, I mean you can't sit here and deny it.
Yeah.
And probably Joe Montana's up there. And if I had to pick one, this game changing quarterback guy that just changed the game forever is Mike Vick. That's my pick.
Yeah, because
without Mike Vick, you don't have
Lamar,
people aren't drafting these quarterbacks now.
Andrew Luck.
There's a lot of these guys that are mobile, can throw, they can do it all. I think Mike Vick is one of my favorite players of all time. Clearly not an all time quarterback, but his impact on the game is
he's not a Hall of Fame player
on that.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you who I think impacted that position the most and everything too.
Mm-hmm.
That is my impact quarterback of changing the broad category of what a quarterback is now. Because you can have different types. Like there's a Lamar Jackson, there's a Josh Allen,
and then there's a Tom Brady.
The Tom Brady.
He does not move at all.
Yeah, and you know
it doesn't need to be.
And it just depends on the system.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that. But my go is probably Peyton Manning as well. Bias Indiana fan thing to say, I guess. But
and then how about what'd you go for running back?
Running back, Barry Sanders. Like with that, I think that's one of the easiest ones for me.
He would have the record if he retired.
Would have shattered it. He would have these probably second or first most untouchable record next to Jerry Rice's records.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Barry Sanders. That's definitely mine. And then
Walter Payton's up there.
Walter Payton, and you get to Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith has to be up there.
Yeah, he was so impactful on that Cowboys. Like the Cowboys were the Warriors. Like it was.
Oh yeah, I mean that team was nutted. It was just a great team.
Yeah,
and I can't really sit here and say there's a running back that completely changed the game. There's too many guys to sit here.
For this generation, like you hear like mic'd up on the sidelines of Saquon and Todd Gurley who talk about,
What about Jamal Charles?
Jamal Charles.
Just look at what he has the highest
I've heard that name a lot.
yards per carry ever.
I was gonna say Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson that's the guy, 100%. Yeah. I was just thinking Jamal Charles in the sense that he has the highest yards per carry all time, and it's hard. I wish he could have played in his prime longer and everything, but
yeah,
I think AP is probably one of my top three. Actually, I actually love.
He'll be Hall of Famer, no doubt.
Oh, he'll be 100% Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and just the way he carries himself, and he on and off the field, and you hear Saquon. I remember hearing Saquon on Mike. He's like, I used to watch Adrian Peterson on YouTube, and now I'm playing against him. Like it's like he changed the game for a lot of people, and they went to running back just because of him.
Yeah, and like as far as like a bigger running back, I guess like Eddie George and like Jim Brown come to mind.
Yeah, Frank Gore, number 3 right now. Just so consistent.
As far as running back goes, Barry Sanders, my guy, 100%.
So we've agreed so far on our main goats.
All right. So let's talk about wide receiver. I'll give you 3.
It's one of the tougher ones. You can't just pick one.
We're going to do 3. How about 3? 3 top. You don't have to be in order. So my 3, Jerry Rice is my number 1. I'll go in order, actually. I'll go Jerry Rice.
You say you're on 4?
I can do 4. I think
so you're on 4.
I can do 3 or 4.
Okay.
I'll give it 4. My number 2 has to probably be Randy Moss. Randy Moss is just, gosh, such a talented wide receiver. He's someone that, like, they say they watch Adrian Peterson. I watch Randy Moss highlights. I watch AP highlights too, but I watch Randy Moss highlights like nothing else. Calvin Johnson. I love Calvin Johnson. And then I'd have to say T.O. Terrell Owens is undoubtedly just that guy. Honorable mention, I'd say, like, Marvin, Reggie.
I put Marvin in my top 3.
Let's hear it.
I think he's better than Terrell Owens.
So you think like Randy, Jerry.
I'm going Jerry, Randy, Marvin, and T.O.
No Calvin. Calvin honorable mention.
Calvin,
I know his career was short, but same thing with Barry Sanders in my opinion.
Like, I don't know. I just can't put Calvin just because he didn't play. Like, he played basically half of how those guys played half the time. He probably could have been the greatest, like, no doubt greatest wide receiver of all time if he would have played his entire career.
Oh yeah.
Even if he was with Detroit, he wouldn't have never won anything. But he
would have been. They have a knack of doing that, huh?
He would have been one of the greatest wide receivers.
I do. I don't know. I love a big athletic wide receiver.
Okay.
That's the
best.
That's the best you can get. That's the best combination of both.
Once in a while, there's like a short guy.
Julio's another person I would put in there, by the way. Julio's borderline that third spot. Larry Fitzgerald for his consistency.
Well, Larry Fitzgerald is the greatest player right now, and unfortunately, he could have played his last game last Sunday. But he should have deserved more.
What about? We don't have to do every offensive line position, but
just pick your offensive lineman, and then pick your defensive lineman, and then pick your.
I can do each one. I could say my tackle. It's probably going to end up being like Anthony Munoz. If I had to pick one tackle, it'd probably be Anthony Munoz.
I don't know a lot about tackles. That's the thing. Just from my knowledge of like being a fan the last.
What about guard?
Guard.
I think this one's easy. You know any guard? Larry Allen.
I don't really know another guard.
Really?
I would say Quentin Nelson.
No, Quentin Nelson is going to be one of those guys, but Larry Allen, Bruce Matthews.
Yeah.
Two of those guys. I think very good. I think Kevin Y is probably the best center. But center's up for a little bit more of a debate, but I think
Jeff Saturday should be up there too.
Jeff Saturday too, yeah.
That's a guy who
I think line's one of the harder discussions. You got to have more knowledge of football and the history of football to know those guys. I know a lot, so I can sit here and say Munoz for sure is probably one of the best tackles. He led the Bengals teams that would compete for Super Bowls and playoffs and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Very good player, very impactful player. Larry Allen is the anchor of the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
And Kevin Mawae was this great center, played for the Jets during those reigns. I think that was more of a late 2000s thing, though.
Yeah.
Or early 90s type guy.
I can't remember the Patriots came up.
Huh?
Before the Patriots came up?
Oh, yeah, it was before the Patriots were a thing. Yeah.
The O-linemen are just so hard because like, they're hugely impactful, but they're not noticed, if that makes sense, as much as, wide receiver. Like, in recent memory, a lot more tackles and guards got more attention because of blocks. But back before social media was a thing, like, those guys wouldn't get a lot of recognition. They don't notice.
Yeah, everybody knows Larry Allen, obviously.
Yeah.
Most people do.
Yeah.
Most every football fan will know Larry Allen's that guy.
He's
probably my GOAT offensive lineman.
Probably, yeah. I don't know anybody.
D-line? Okay, I'll go D-end. I don't have to do just D-line. I'll go D-end.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So,
the D-tackle.
Do you want to say pass rusher or defensive end? Or go with defensive end. So, Reggie White. Reggie White is amazing. JJ's definitely on there, too.
Mathis and Free.
Who
were on the same team. Think about that.
Yeah. That's something, man. God, I don't know why I'm spacing a little bit on these defensive ends right now.
You had
what team?
He just died. Panthers, Steelers, and
that Julius Peppers, by the way.
No, the one who just died, Kevin.
Oh, Kevin Green. Played right outside linebacker actually.
Yeah.
For the Steelers. He's a great pass rusher.
Just a great great. If I don't ever watch his Football Life, the documentary, it's just he's a great personality.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
one of the all-time greats
for sure. And there's a ton of great terrorizing defensive ends. I mean, Michael Strahan, all-time sack in one season record. So I mean, defensive tackles a little bit easier. I mean, wait, who's your defensive ends? If you had to pick
defensive ends.
Yeah. Do you know any off the top of your head?
Madison Freeney.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always my top. JJ, obviously going to be up there at some point. Whenever, hopefully, you can get on a good team next year. I don't really know a lot of the older players.
Yeah.
Defensive ends.
About defensive tackles. Aaron Donald.
Tackles.
Aaron Donald. I don't even have to talk anymore. It's Aaron Donald or Mean Joe Green.
Yeah, I don't really know a lot about the top of my head. But right now, Aaron Donald's one of the best.
And Aaron Donald is
DeForest
already
Buckner.
the best. Buckner's up there too. I mean,
He's
young.
young.
I know it's really hard to sit here and say that, but same thing with Donald though. I mean, Donald's young, but everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, everybody knows.
He's different. He's not human.
No. I don't think he is, dude. He's an animal.
Yeah.
For me, I think that's as far as I need to go. It's Mean Joe Green and Aaron Donald. If I had to pick two to play for me, it's those two.
It'd be insane.
if I had to pick two, it's those two.
Yeah.
Linebackers, middle linebacker.
Was Ray Lewis? No, Ray Lewis was right?
No, Ray Lewis is middle linebacker.
He's middle?
So,
So bad.
as far as middle linebacker goes, I think Ray Lewis undoubtedly.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else comes to my mind when I think middle linebacker.
Yeah, and that's including any other personal history he's had.
Yeah, and I grew up watching Ray Lewis. I know who Ray Lewis is. When you talk about motivators and who's supposed to be the captain of the defense, I wouldn't want anybody but Ray Lewis on my middle linebacker spot.
And now there's a player who's, reminds me of Ray Lewis in that sense of the captain.
Yeah, Darius Leonard.
Darius Leonard. Dude, he could hype up a team from it. He was injured on the sideline when we were down 21-0 against the Bengals, and he rallied us to come back. That's a leader. That's why he got the C on his jersey.
So facts. And outside linebackers, I think this is easy too. I think Lawrence Taylor is in my opinion, the best linebacker of all time. Mm-hmm. Von Miller's on there. I know we're talking a little bit recent with Von Miller.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack is one of those guys, but he's more of a defensive end. So.
Yeah. It's just those.
It's hard to decipher between the two. If you had to pick a pass cover guy at outside linebacker, maybe Ted Hendricks, played for the Colts a long time ago. Played for the Raiders, he's mainly known as a Raider. One of those guys, great, he's tall, very tall guy. Mm-hmm. Kevin Green, one of those guys too.
Yeah.
I think outside linebacker has to be Lawrence Taylor, and there's no doubt.
Yeah.
And if you want to compare who a Lawrence Taylor type of guy is today, I would say a T.J. Watt is kind of like him.
Oh yeah.
So something along the lines of that.
Mm-hmm. And then how about your corner?
Deion Sanders. If I had to pick one, if I can only pick one, it's Deion.
Yeah, it's easy. It's Deion.
It's Deion.
He transformed.
There's nobody better than Deion Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
I think Deion is one of my favorite players of all time too.
Yeah.
Another guy who changed position.
And then safety for me, it's Ed Reed.
Ed Reed, 100%. Oh my God, Ed Reed, dude. If I had to pick two safeties, I'd probably go Ed Reed at my free safety. It's who you want to just be free, run the field, do whatever you want.
Then you got a strong safety.
Strong safety, Sean Taylor. Rest in peace, Sean Taylor, by the way.
Oh my God.
I think if I had my favorite, it's definitely Sean Taylor. Take it from us too soon. Didn't really get to see his full potential, but
he played for 4 seasons, I think.
Yeah,
he was very young.
He's so impactful. I think I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but I'd imagine he is already. Just 4 seasons.
I'm not sure.
I would imagine it probably.
I hope
he is. I hope he is.
The amount of plays he made just in those 4 seasons is a tire.
That's another player that's everybody knows who Sean Taylor is for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
He's just one of those guys.
Yeah.
Tragic what happened to him.
Yes. Weird incident.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of good safeties out there that I could really choose.
Yeah.
Paul Malu's one of them.
Oh my God. I feel
So
good about
I mean, maybe Palomalo.
I think you got Bob Sanders if he would have been played full strength in his entire career.
Never got to really.
One of the hardest hitting safeties in my opinion.
Yeah. And my kicker, I go with Vinatieri. My punter, I probably go with McAfee.
We really have the greatest kicker, greatest punter of all time on the same team.
Inspiration for always wanting to do podcasts and everything.
Yeah,
love his show. He is.
I watch him every day. He's just the way he lives and the way he, carries himself. He's my role model, and he's one of the reasons I love football. Not because Andrew Luck was the reason I came into football. Pat McAfee was one of the reasons I look at football in a different way. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't. Honestly, I probably wouldn't give a crap about punters if it wasn't for Pat McAfee. And I think that's for a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people can say that, and a lot of people respect him. And he's one of the. I want to say he's one of the best entertainers. One of the best. Mm-hmm. I mean, as far as wanting to get into talking about stuff and sports and all that, Pat McAfee's one of my inspirations.
Yeah,
I love coming on the podcast. I think I would love to do every single episode. Whenever you want to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Pat McAfee he's just such a great guy.
Mm. All right, well, it was great talking to you. Always had fun. We got a good hour and a half on this, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I always love coming on. It's one of my favorite things to do.
We're going to start getting this a lot more. Hopefully get this a weekly thing again.
Mm-hmm.
So
and hopefully soon, whenever we're in college together, saying that it happens, hopefully it does.
Yeah, it will.
And probably could get these out every other day.
Or
daily almost.
And hopefully get these on a physical format like Pat McAfee does.
Yeah, and I'm all for it. Mm-hmm. It'd be nice to have more people to talk about with the whole time, but we don't. I guess when it comes down to talking, me and Smallwood are probably the guys who are going to know the most when it really comes down to it.
Yeah, and Nathan.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's great. Always great coming on.
Yeah, appreciate it. Well, thanks everyone for listening. This has been the Cameron Smallwood Show.